Hello everyone, it's Rhonda here from Nelson Soapery. Today, let's go live. I hope I can see that my camera is not very good because I'm on the laptop today. But anyway, hopefully you can see everything from here. So welcome everybody. Each Sunday we do have a chat, which is live and everybody can just log in and see what we're doing and listen to everything that we're saying, which is really good. But I've decided to go onto my laptop to do like a webcam because I thought maybe this will be easier and I can read the all the words easier. And of course, you can hear my husband. I mean, he started the whippersnipper. So he's so annoying. Every Sunday when I'm going to do this, he starts it. So we've got to laugh. But anyway, today we are going to be talking about, can you actually make money out of soap and so on? Hi, Lisa. Welcome, darling. Hello, Trish. Welcome to Sunday Chat. It's 11 a.m. in Melbourne, Victoria. Trish is in Melbourne, so she would know that it is 11 a.m. in the morning. Hello, Carol. Lovely. Welcome, love. Oh, you've been waiting for me, Brenna. Thank you, lovely. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. That's so nice. Welcome, Kelsey, Mark, Jillian. We are all here. Empress Light from the US. Oh, I'm not sure what time it is in the US. Probably nighttime at the moment, actually. Hi, Laurie. So as I said on here, we do like to welcome everyone. It is a fun chat for everybody. And a little disclaimer, I am a professional soap maker and all of my advice is my own opinion. So take it as you wish. But hopefully it's helpful. Hi, Kelsey, Deborah, Laurie. Hi, lovely. Oh, 6 p.m. in Texas. Well, it's not so bad. 7 p.m. where you are, Kelsey. Well, that's not so bad, is it? Hi, Jillian. How are you, lovely? In Trinidad, 8 p.m. So there you go. We're all different times of the world, aren't we? But we're morning here in Australia, and I've already got the air conditioner on because it's warm. So Canada. Oh, hello, lovely. Welcome. Oh, 7 p.m. in Canada. There you go. So today I thought, look, let's talk about this because I've had a few questions come to me on Patreon about, can you actually make money? And, that people are putting so much money in, how do you do it? And so on. Like I have talked about, how I've done it and so on. And, this is just how my story works. I mean, your story may be different. So do remember that everyone's story is really different and really unique. So that's important to remember as well. Oh, first time watcher. Hi, lovely. Welcome. I hope that this is a good one for you. Hi, Carly. You've been away? Yes, I've heard that. I hope you and Hunter had a lovely holiday. So, and now I was going to talk about, soap making and how you can make a job out of it. Yes, you definitely can make a job out of it. It definitely can work, but it doesn't happen in 5 seconds. Good morning, Christine. Yeah, it doesn't happen in 5 seconds. And lots of people say to me, I don't know about social media. I don't have any money. How can I do this? Look, you can do it, but it takes time. Like, I'm going to be honest. You're not going to get a full-time job in 2 months' time. It's just not going to happen. And that's the reality. And if people tell you that, it's not really true. I like to be really honest and realistic about, setting goals that are realistic and achievable. So, yeah, like I said, you can do it. This is my full-time job. I do earn a living out of doing this. But there's lots of steps that, and the thing I want to say too is you don't want to depend on one income. One income is a really bad idea. So, and look, I'm sorry you can see the light because I can see it from this silly light behind me, but, I'm sorry. It's just the way it is, isn't it? Welcome, Jess. Hi, lovely. So the one thing I wanted to talk about when if you're trying to make a living, let me try and fix this camera because this must be driving everyone nuts, is it? I hope it's not, and I'm sorry, but it is what it is. I mean, it's not high tech here. It's just a Surface Pro, whatever it is that my husband's given me to use. So, but the one thing I wanted to say is when you want to do this, you need to have other income. So it might be, for instance, social media. Yeah, you've been doing this 2 years. Yeah, so I've been doing this about 3. And honestly, I'm going to be honest, it's only been the last 6 months that I've actually really made money. Before that, no. So I've got a halo on, Lisa. See, I'm an angel. My dad said I was. He must be right. But the thing is too that I wanted to say is this is so important. You need to do things like, you might have, for instance, Instagram live. You can put things on Instagram, Facebook, so you can sell your products on that. You might have markets. You might have, online things, socials. There's so many different ways that you can make money. Of course, a website, things like that. And there's so many free things as well. And now this is really important. For instance, look, let's just pretend on YouTube. So if I was going to make money just on YouTube alone, honestly, I'd be bankrupt. It's taken me a long time and hundreds of videos just to earn a few $100s a month. And, that I was really not earning money, because you lose money because it costs money as well. Oh, you own a cleaning business. Yeah. Probably a great business to be in at the moment, because, probably in demand, I would think. I think that'd be a really good business at the moment, but who knows? I mean, look, we're all suffering, aren't we? But this is the thing. If you want this to work, honestly, there's no good sitting at home and just hoping that your social media is going to pick up, because it's not going to happen. You really need to be informed and do all of these things that can actually help you. So for me, so I'll tell you what I do. YouTube, I earn like $300 to $320 a month, depends on YouTube. And, like I said the other week, I mean, when you look at it, I do a lot of videos, a lot of hours. So it's not heaps of money. I own a soaping company as well, customer services. Yeah, good on you, lovely. That's what you got to do. You just got to do it, don't you? So the thing is too, like I said, so YouTube, I earn my $300. Then I've got my Patreon, which I'll earn maybe, because even though it says on it, like you can see what I earn, it says like $220 or something on Patreon so far, but you don't actually get that much, because they take about 25%. The time that's done taxes and everything else, you don't actually get all that money. So that's what I wanted to say as well. Oh, hi, Debbie. Welcome, darling. Welcome. So that's the thing too, so if I've got, YouTube, then I've got Patreon. They're two incomes. But honestly, they probably pretty much cover the products that I'm using to show everyone. So it's not really a big earnings as well. Yeah, that's right. 300 to 800 in the last 4 months. And that's right. And that's why Patreon has come in, and you'll see a lot of soapers in particular using it, because it actually helps. A lot of them earn triple the amount on that compared to YouTube, even though they're doing more work on YouTube. So that's just the way it is. But I wanted to do mine a bit different. So mine, if you're interested, anyway, I won't talk about that today, but you can see that it's in the top right-hand corner. And there are quite a lot of you supporting me. So a massive big kiss to you all, because it really honestly does help me. And my whole idea is to buy a camera so we don't have this garbage behind me, so we can have a better camera when we do videos and so on. But yeah, so I have those. And of course, I did the markets that, and at the start, I honestly suggest markets or your local community, if you have like those little pop-up things in your local community. But one thing I was actually going to tell you, that I was reading an article the other day about a big company, and they were saying that they did like pop-ups in, your local Westfield, which is like your big shopping centres. In Australia, Westfield's like our real big shopping centres with, thousands of stores in them. And they were actually saying the foot traffic wasn't there, so it was actually cost them money. They didn't actually make anything. So I thought that was really, really interesting, because I would have thought that would be a great thing, but it's not. Sorry, I am reading as I go along. Oh, yeah, Christine, in childcare. I used to actually own a childcare centre many, many years ago. It was a very tiny one, nothing exciting. But the thing that I'm going to tell you about childcare centres, a lot of laws, they won't let you do soaps or anything in them. It's very, very tough, the laws. Yes, okay, so you met lots of people at pop-ups. And that's the thing too with the markets, that I will say, when I did markets, I made a lot of customers through markets. And customers, basically what happens is you're making the customer there, and then they are feeding through to your online store. And I've been asked this quite a few times. People have said to me, why don't you have Facebook or Instagram selling things on there? I don't on purpose. And the reason is because I want to force people to go to my website. That's why I do it that way. I can easily sell in there. So I do like talk about what I'm doing and refer people to my website, but I don't have those click on links on Facebook, on Instagram, because I want people to find my website. So far, I'm going to be honest, it has worked for me 100%. It definitely has worked. And that's what I want everyone to know, that those kind of things definitely do work. But I really suggest, if you're starting and money's low, find like one of those little community markets that are usually pretty cheap in your area. Sometimes your councils or government little offices will have them. And even look, and the thing is too, I've had people say, well, I've only made $100. It's not about what you make. You've got to look at this as a long term. As long as you cover your costs for the day, that's what you want to do. Cover your costs and then start giving out your cards, giving out flyers so people go to your website. Tell them, hey, how about giving me, a Google, how about going on Google and saying whether you think I'm good? Because they're things that you want people to do. That's what draws people to your company. And, look, I've actually got, like on Google. So basically, if you have your website and everything else on Google, you want them to know that it's your company. So then what you do is you click onto, your own little company on there. You've got to do it all online. And then once you do it online, you can get reviews to your company. Doesn't matter if you get a bad review. If you ever get a bad review, I've not had one, but if you do, all you need to do is go on there and just, I'm really sorry you're not happy. How can I help? And it shows that you are trying to, better your service. So don't ever be scared of a bad review. I mean, no one wants it. I don't want it, of course, either. But, you just need to try and do that as well. So that's the thing too. Try and just ask people for reviews. If you've got an email list, you can do what I did. So I have my email list as well. Yeah, there's plenty of free options around too. Yeah, you're right. Somebody's saying about free options. Have a look around, and there is you know what I did when I started? I actually typed in on Google free platforms to advertise, and there's plenty of free ones. So that's what I did, and put my photos at the start, years ago, because I didn't have money to start with. I had a very small amount, and I was actually working at the time to sort of support getting this off the ground. So if I turn around and say to you, $10 you can make it, I'm not going to be telling the truth. That's not true. Honestly, it costs a lot of money, and to get to a higher level, it's tens of thousands of dollars that you do need to invest. But at the start, you don't need to do that. Just start small and make something small. So that's what I wanted to say. I guess I wanted to tell everyone that you can make money out of this. Like, please don't think you can't make money. You can, but it takes years, like honestly years. And most soapers will tell you it's taken them 3 or 4 years to get to this stage as well. And I was even watching Jerica's latest video from Quench, and she was saying, like it's taken them 4 years to get the table that she wants. And I mean, she has a lot of followers because, they have all the fancy cameras, because I think they used to work for Apple or something. So they had that kind of background. And a lot of people don't have that. So then you're going to find it harder again. And for me, I had a design background. So I guess that, I was kind of in front of some people as well, because I had that. But what I'm saying is, just start with whatever knowledge you have, and, just talk to people, even when you go and get your groceries, because they always say, hi, how was your day? And I say, great, I work for myself. And they go, oh, really? What do you do? And you'll be amazed how many people at my local shopping center have actually landed on my website and bought something. So, and it's not that you're trying to sell all the time, but, you just want to know people, let people know what you do. Oh, your orders are starting to come in, Deborah. I'm so happy for you. I really am so happy. And even one is fine. Oh, you put some on my website, Carly. You're a darling. Thank you. I haven't actually looked because actually on my website, so I've done everything on my website, everybody, for now. Like everything's my own work. But I have actually hired a web designer. So I think in a couple of weeks, my website will be closed for maybe 4 hours while they load it, but it'll be during the night anyway. And then the whole thing will be reloaded because I've actually paid someone to redo it, the whole thing for me. But, like I said, it's taken a long time as well. And I do actually have 2 websites. I have one, which is my main website, and one, which is the Australian Soaping and Candle Conference, because I own the first ever Australian conference, which this year will be the first one that we've set up as well. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, don't worry about the camera. Yeah, exactly. Don't worry about the fancy camera. I started doing this on an iPhone 8 when I first started. So it doesn't matter what iPhone you've got or what phone you've got. If it takes a video, you're up. Just do it. Oh, that's all right, Jasmine. Welcome, love. So we've just been talking about, everything else. Oh, do I use a website I'm paying for, Gillian? I do now, but at the start I didn't. And then, actually, no, I lie. At the start, I had one that was $70 a year, which was Site Builder. And it wasn't very good, I'm going to be honest. But now I do have Shopify, which I pay, I think it's roughly $40 a month for, and that's for my normal Nelson Sobery, which is nelsonsobery.com. And then I also own the conference one, and yeah, and then I own the conference one, and then that also cost me, I think it's $48 for that one, I think, because I have a separate app attached to that Shopify one as well. Yeah, things are really hard, aren't they? But it's great when you start to get orders because you just want a little trickle. Honestly, even one every 3 months. At least you go, okay, someone's found me. So it doesn't matter. Don't worry how little they are at the start. Look, honestly, I had some orders that were only $20. And then a $20 item might have only been, every 4 months. So don't worry about that. Really don't worry. But what I wanted to talk about also is we'll talk about things that have been. Sorry, let me just read this for a sec. International shipping. Yeah, look, I used to do international shipping. I took it off because it's just too expensive. And with COVID at the moment, a lot of flights aren't going out. So, and for Australia, so that you got like economy, then your standard, and then, express. But what they did is they took away economy, so you had to go standard. So then for somebody to even buy one bar of soap from me was like $70. It was really expensive. And it's the shipping. So it might have been $4 for the soap and $70 to ship it. So ridiculous. And every order I did when I shipped actually cost me money. I lost money with any order, even big orders. And I had some $90, $100 orders. And it was a loss. So that's why you'll see on my site, there's really not international. There is one thing, but I think it's like $75. And for that, I'll still probably have to pay another $20. So I would lose money even now shipping, and you've got to be careful too, because there's a lot of laws. Like we can't ship to the UK because our laws are very different to them and things like that. So there's lots of things where we can't ship. We can ship to the US, but it's just a bit tricky. We have to be careful of the product and labeling. And if you're on my Patreon, I did actually put some labeling links the other day, one for the US, and I've also put one for Australia. So go onto that on Patreon and you will see what you need to do, like the laws for what you need to do for all the different for those two different countries. So that's really important as well. And I'll look up one for the UK and I'll pop it on there as well, because I think I've got a UK girl on there too. But Patreon's only been up for a week or two for us, couple weeks. So anyway, but like I said, that's so go on there if you need to see any of that information, because on Patreon there's just a little, a few extra things. And, and so at the end of a lot of my videos now, you'll see the shout out of people that are on my Patreon. So, so anyway, that's on there. And then you can ask me as many questions as you like, because I go on there regularly and do the chats. So anyway, so that's what that's on there for. But you don't have to join that. You can just stay on YouTube. But that's, like I said, just another option. But now let's just go and talk about a little bit about products that sell. So for me, look, I'm going to be honest here. I actually thought bubble bars would be super popular. You know what? They're not. They're not for me. I don't sell hardly any bubble bars. No matter, I did this one that was really good a while ago. It was really, really good, and I was so proud of it. Really didn't sell. My biggest sellers, honestly, are bath bombs. If I do a sale on soap, I sell mountains of soap, hundreds of bars. Wholesale, if you're going to do wholesale, soap and bath bombs are my biggest sellers wholesale all the time. They sell really, really well. And so for me at the moment, like when I first started, because the product, I guess the product development, when we're talking development, we're talking labels weren't as good. Yeah, people in Australia don't like trying new things, Christine. You're 100% right. We're kind of, we get stuck in our ways in Australia and we're like, oh, and the same as getting somebody to try your things really hard as well. Oh, yeah, that's right, Jasmine. And with bath bombs, when we're talking about bath bombs being good sellers, the ones are round. Because the thing people have to remember is when you're getting a cloud or, like say an animal shape, they don't spin. So that's the problem as well. So yeah, so somebody's saying any Woolworths over there. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, we have Woolies in Australia. Yeah, we call it Woolies. So yeah, that's one of our main ones, and Coles. So yeah, so I mean, basically your round bath bombs are going to be your biggest seller. I said the second most popular bath bomb, and when I say round, I mean like 135 grams. So the massive ones, I probably sell maybe 1 to 50 smaller ones, which is the 130 grams, to one bigger one, which is 200 odd grams. And then the second one from that would be clouds. So clouds are popular too. What would I say my average monthly earnings would be if I calculate? So I'll give you a rough, like when it was Christmas time, about 5,000 some months in Christmas. So I had a number of $5,000 months. So foaming and bath base is popular. See, I don't do bubble baths and stuff like that. I do the bubble bars, but I don't do like any liquid things. It's just something that I just think, look, they can get it from a shop. So it's not something I'm going to concentrate on. But if you have like, a bright lime color or something really fun, I'm sure somebody would love that and use it. But, for me, like I said, it's really, yeah, you need a press to sell the bath bombs, but I just use a hand press. And honestly, I'm pretty fast at it. I can probably make 100 a day or so if I need to on the press. So yeah, maybe more, actually, probably more. It's just I don't have the space to sit them all. That's the only reason I can't do more than that. But I honestly could probably do 300 a day if I had space. But if any of you haven't seen my latest video on my studio warehouse, have a look at that. And it shows you how you can actually set up a really small space, because in here is only like 6 meters by 5 roughly. In my studio, because I did have a big warehouse, but I got rid of that because in COVID we were just locked out and we couldn't get in. So it was almost impossible to run a business like that. So I just said, we have to come home. We've built a purpose-built one. This is purpose-built now. Everything's decked out and I'm quite happy with the space here. But when we get our next home in a couple of years, we're going to build an actual warehouse on the property. So then I don't have to go through that rubbish again with everything else. But yeah, so bath bombs, like I said, are the most popular. After that, the most popular candle I sell is my biggest one, if we're talking candles. And that's 400 grams. And I sell mine for $39. I used to sell them for $35, but with everything going up, I've had to put my price up. The same as some of my bath bombs, the prices have had to go up because citric acid is 4 times the price now. It's really expensive. But I haven't put much price at all on my bath bombs. I think 20 cents or something. It's not been a lot as well. Oh, you love the white bins in my warehouse. Yeah. I think, I don't know how many, I think there's 65, I think, of the small ones. And I've got to buy another 40. So I'll have 100. And then inside each. And the good thing with those two is because they just slide on the shelf, on the IKEA shelf, they're actually dark. So the sun's not hitting them. And you need that. Because you don't want sun hitting products as well, because then the color dissipates. So, yeah, you sort of really want to get, sort of think of those things as well. Oh, unicorn bath bomb sell for you? Look, honestly, for me, no, which I would surprise. Unicorn soap, I sell out fast of unicorn soap. I can't keep up. But like I said, with soap, so for me, I'd say bath bombs first. The second thing that I would be the most popular, I think, would be candles and soaps equally. But when we're doing wholesale, soap, it just runs out the door. I sell so much soap to wholesale companies and bath bombs, a lot bath bombs. Bubble bath, the bubble bar recipe. Yeah, it is from Lush, but you can change it as long as you're not using what they're doing. So you just got to change it. You just can't. So bubble bars and that, you can't do exactly what they're doing. It means you've got to change something. You can't just copy that exact thing and do that. So it's the same as, actually, I was reading a while ago that inside Lush actually patent, like the inside of the bath bombs, you put the powder in, they actually patents that as well. So realistically, you can't do anything, but so you've got to change it a bit. You can't do what they're doing, can't use the same ingredients, you can't call them certain names, you got to change it. I think mine was like called a relaxing bar or something, I can't remember, but yeah, just don't sort of try not to just call them the same names or use the same fragrances and so on. Oh yeah, so Bronwyn, yeah, you're right. So when I actually, with mine, I use fragrances, and my fragrances aren't a cheap standard fragrance. I use the high level one, which are luxury from Pure Candle Supplies. So they are like $69, 500 ml bottles. So they're very expensive, but they're made with essential oils and fragrance. So they're really they're just beautiful. Like, I don't know how to explain them until you use it. And you can see when you even pour it out, it doesn't look like water. It looks like oil based. You can see the essential oil in it. Like, honestly, you can. And they are really, really big sellers for me as well. Oh, your natural soaps sell better. Honestly, for me, it's the opposite. After 6 months, you've perfected a bath bomb recipe. And look, it depends on where you live on your recipe too. So even my recipe, I've had people say, "Oh my God, it's amazing, it works everywhere." But then I've had others to say didn't work so well for them. They had to alter it, which is fine, because wherever you live, your environment depicts what you're going to use. I mean, there's certain tropical areas that you can't make bath bombs. The humidity is so bad, you just can't make them. And so also what I do that is popular, which I've sold out, to be honest, and I've removed them from my site, but I used to make a foaming bath bomb, and they were just so popular. So it didn't fizz, it just foamed the whole bath up. And that was something that was really, really popular as well. But candles are definitely not as popular. But if I'm at a market, I sell a lot of candles, a lot. It's a huge seller for me. But online, no, it's not. Online, it's definitely more soap, bath bombs. But I do also sell quite a lot of diffusers. But like I said, when I have a sale, soap, I sell hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of soap. And at the moment, I think I have like 75% off a lot of things in my sale thing. So I've got like a sale thing. And that's only because I just want to move that on before the web developer finishes what he's doing, so I don't have so much on as well. Do my wax melts do well? No, not as well. Like, I do sell them. I definitely do sell them. I'd say only a couple a month. Honestly, maybe 3 to 5 a month with melts. Bath bombs, anything from 10 a month to hundreds a month. But in Christmas, I think I sold about 3,500 bath bombs. So, it depends. But of course, Christmas is different, isn't it? Because people don't buy like that until, November, December. But November and December, well, I think November was over $5,000 a month. December for me was maybe $3,500 a month. But then we go to January, and I think I've only done $400-500 this month. So like, that's what I mean. It's kind of relative to like what you sell. But honestly, in January and February, I'm probably going to make hardly anything. So that's retail and wholesale, Christine. So if I'm talking retail, if I take the wholesale out, I reckon in November, I'm going to say maybe only 1,000 was retail. And December about the same, maybe 600 was retail, the rest wholesale. So a lot of my orders are wholesale, a lot. Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, people are saying candles are different and so on. Yeah, look, candles are the thing with candles that are good. When I sell wholesale, I don't usually list them, but I've had lots of people say, "Can I buy them?" And I say, "Yeah, of course you can." So, and then I would send them an email. But when my new site's up, like, so at the top of mine, I have like a little blurb and it will say, for instance, bath bomb, soap, you know, diffusers, whatever. So they just click on that and go into it, but it'll be a little bit different. And then all my wholesale will be down the bottom. So they'll have to email me. So I'm going to see how that's going to work, if that's going to be different, because I was getting so many wholesale orders, I couldn't keep up. So, you know, this way will be a bit different for me. Yeah. Oh, you're sold out of soap at a market. Look, honestly, Gillian, I don't sell that much soap at a market. Bath bombs, yeah, I do. But, you know, look, like I said, this is all relative, isn't it? You know, but honestly, a lot of my money, and this is going to sound bad, but a lot of the money, like I've never taken a wage yet, not a wage. I spent so much of the money I made into products, into restocking things, and also into the Australian conference. So, you know, because, you know, even though I sold tickets for the conference, it's not enough to cover what I've had to spend. So I've put a lot of that into trying to get the Australian soaping and candle conference off the ground. So I actually make no money on that. I actually run at a loss. But I do that as more of a community thing to try and help, you know, local businesses and help small businesses get off the ground. So that's really hard. But so if anyone wants to buy a ticket for that, you can buy virtual tickets anywhere in the world to be zoomed in. Your second market, yeah, the first one's sometimes good, second one's bad. The first few markets I did were terrible, and then I did better after that. So, but as I was saying, for the conference, if you want to buy a virtual ticket, and you can zoom in and you'll get a book, which will be like an ebook, and that will have some recipes in it as well for you, some of my recipes in it. So, and if you're going on the site, just go onto it's called the Australian Soaping and Candle Conference.com, and you can buy a virtual ticket. And if you use the discount code, which says YouTube 22, you will be able to buy a virtual ticket, I think, for $40. So it's like $29 off. So yeah, so make sure you go and grab your ticket. Oh, you got your ticket, Lisa. Good on you, lovely. Yeah, so but I mean, I'm hoping the conference over the next couple of years is going to get better and better, because if it doesn't, well, we'll actually stop the conference. But I don't think I will. I think it will be good. It will just sort of grow each year. So, but you know, we just need people to support it. Otherwise, it won't get off the ground. And so for me, my whole goal is to try and support small businesses, not just in Australia, around the world. I want to see many, many women and men, you know, particularly women, because, you know, a lot of women find it hard to go back to work with kids, and you can do this at home. So that's one thing that's really good, I think, as well. Yeah, you can't be there in person, Lisa. That's okay, lovely, but you can be there virtually. So that's what I mean. Anyone virtually can definitely go on. I will put the discount code in this as well. And there are some, yeah, we do need to support each other for sure. And I have listed the new tickets will be for the 2023 one as well. So they've gone up as well, and they're just sitting on there as well. So, but you know, that's for later on. You don't need to worry about that. But lots of people want to save, so that's why I put that on. And then that will be a 2-day conference, whereas this one's a 1-day conference as well. Yeah, that's right, Teresa. It's really hard, isn't it? But I think, you know, something like this, you can do it at home. You can start small by selling to your family, hopefully, and friends if they support you. If they don't worry. Find someone else. There's, you know, honestly, I get more support from strangers than family. So, like, my family support me. I don't want to say they don't. They do, but they're not going to just buy my stuff all the time. They still go and buy stuff from the supermarket. So, yeah. Oh, you'll try and get a ticket, lovely. Thank you. So it's the conference is the 21st of March, 2022. It's actually held at the Brighton Beach Hotel in Brighton. And for anyone in other countries that don't know, it's like the most expensive suburb in Australia to live, Brighton. So it's a beautiful hotel, really fancy. And we'll be Zooming it around the world to anyone that has a ticket. Or if you're on my Patreon, you will also get to see snippets, but you won't get to see the whole thing. But you know, you will get to see snippets on there as well. So, and we will sort of do like maybe half an hour videos or something like that for Patreon. And the reason that Patreon are getting it and not the rest of YouTube is because they actually pay me. So that money's going towards the conference as well. So I don't actually keep the money from Patreon. It will definitely go out to supporting more people or buying a camera that helps people and stuff like that. So yeah, but anyway, like I said, if you go onto lots of my videos, all the links to that website are on there. So just go to the ones that aren't live and you'll usually see them on there, because sometimes I forget to put it on live. But yeah, so that's what we're talking about now. And now I was going to tell you too, the most popular scents that definitely are a big seller for me. So fairy floss, huge seller, or I think in the US you probably call it cotton candy. That's a big seller. Peony is always a big seller. Caramel, sandalwood, even though I absolutely hate sandalwood, I think it stinks, but people love it. Yes. But sandalwood's popping up. Lemongrass. Oh my goodness. I'm going to tell you, when I make a candle, I can't keep up with lemongrass. It's hugely popular. And I make a soap that's lemongrass patchouli, and that is really popular. Yeah, so you said patchouli. Lisa, just as I said it, yeah. And patchouli, I mean, I think it stinks too, but, people love it. But the lemongrass patchouli, and I am in the middle of making a charcoal soap. So, and I know that's going to be popular as well, because I've been asked many times for that. And anything fruity. I have one called Coconut Beach. When I first started, I used to make a soap called Coconut Beach, and I kind of forgot about it. But it's popular, so Coconut Beach is popular. So I'm bringing that back, which is kind of like coconut, papaya fruits, pineapple, all of those as well. Yeah, you agree with patchouli, yeah. But I just think it bloody stinks. I think, who likes it? Obviously, people do like it. But, anyway, it's a seller for me. I'm telling you now, candles or anything. It's a really, really big seller. So, yeah, so it's just one of those things, isn't it? I mean, what can you do? But, so anyway, but, yeah, so they're probably, and also when you're doing soap, when I went to Palm, it does stink. It does. But when I went to Palm Free Soap, my sales boosted. And, I'm going to be honest here. I actually, the one thing too that is really funny, when I started doing Palm Free Soap, it went through the roof. I sold a lot of it, and I sell so much. You'll see in my video how much that I have just sitting there. And sometimes I can have a shop that will literally take hundreds in one go. So if they're doing wholesale as well. But, that's the funny thing as well. You just kind of look at that. But really, I think, and it's only my opinion, but I just believe soap that has palm in it is a better soap. It's a better lasting soap and so on. But I understand the controversy. And so that's why after my sale ones, we definitely won't be doing any more palm. It will be all no palm. Yeah, so, but that's the thing too. Sometimes you just got to bring one out. And look, I bought one out, was like an apple soap, and I thought it was blue and real pretty, and I thought it'd be popular, but it wasn't. I think I've sold two bars of that soap, and I thought everyone would love it. So, so it's funny, isn't it? It's really funny. Oh, soap with lard. Yeah, and that's the thing too. In Australia, most of my clients, they always say, does this have animal products in it? And when I say no, they're like, great, I'll buy it. People here don't like the idea of fats being in it. They're happy to have things like shea butter and cocoa butter, but they don't want like animal fats and lard in it. So it's not a big selling point as well. Yeah, look, when I started doing wholesale, honestly, the only way, honestly, if you want to do wholesale, all you need to do is just on your website, say wholesale available, start pumping it onto your social media, and people go, oh, great. Because I've had people on YouTube and Instagram in particular have messaged me and said, hey, I've heard that you do wholesale. Can you send me a brochure, or can you send me something? And usually I just say, link into my website and here you go. Yeah, your customers hate it too, Teresa. Yeah, I 100% agree. And, look, to me, I'm not a vegan or anything, but I don't eat a lot of red meat. It's very rare I eat it. I eat mostly white or fish. But, the funny thing is I don't like the thought of lard. Like, I wouldn't use it. The same as I wouldn't actually use alcohol in my bath bombs. I don't like that either. And my customers ask me, is there alcohol? When I say no, they say, great, I'll buy it. So that's also a big selling point for me as well. Would I say wholesale or retail? Honestly, wholesale brings in more money for me. But the thing you've got to remember, even though you get a $2,000 sale, you might only be keeping 500 because, like it costs money and everything else. So it's a long kind of process. You don't make as much money. So even though I might make less money, with wholesale, it's kind of juggled. So if I sell $1,000 retail and $4,000 wholesale, I'm making the same amount of money because you make a lot more money as well. Oh, there's vegetable lard. Is there? Oh, see, I didn't know that as well. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, it's really interesting. But yeah, like I said, since I've gone to palm free and things like that, no alcohol in my bath bombs, which I pretty much always done that, and just up to my more luxury oils, definitely I get a lot of buyers. But the thing you don't just want a buyer, you need a buyer that is a return buyer. So, look, for me too, I think it is so important to have people returning. And a lot of my customers are return customers. But that's what I was saying before too. And another thing I did, which actually definitely helped me, because you want like an email list, but people aren't going to just sign up to an email to be spammed. You need to give them value. So for me, what I've done is anyone that's in my email list, once a month, we just randomly choose a person and they will get a gift sent to them. They don't know what it is. They don't know it's coming. It's just a gift that will be sent to them. So if they've never bought anything, I won't have their address. So then I would email them and say, hey, you've actually been chosen. We're going to send you out a free gift. What's your address? And we'll send it to you. So it's just once a month, one person. So it's just something so that they know they're not just signing up for you to spam them. They're signing up to maybe get something in the end. And sometimes I just randomly send stuff to people that they don't know. But, they're kind of things that it's just a way of saying, look, I really appreciate that you've signed up. You're helping me and you're getting my word out. So they might not buy anything, but they might say to their friend, hey, this lady has a really good candle. You should check out her site. And then they can forward that email to their friend. So it's not about that person buying it. It's about getting your name out, getting your business known. And, it's all about the product because at the start, none of us, you don't just get all your stuff out the door. It's really just hoping that, people are going to pick it up or share it, the same as Instagram and things like that. And the thing is too, what I do also when I send mine out is I say so when they get, I've only just started doing this. So this month I think was the first month. We started in 2022. So, somebody's saying hemp oil is very good and soap. And I have heard that. And the reason I don't use hemp oil is I know that Jerica uses it and I didn't want to copy what she was doing. I wanted mine to be more uniquely mine. So that's the reason I didn't choose hemp, to be really honest with you. That is the main reason. And then I decided to just change mine. But, feel free to use it however you like or, there's lots of people that use it. But you just somebody's saying here, Bronwyn's saying it makes it pricey, and it does. Certain products, like I use jojoba oil in my bath bombs, that's expensive. So you can't sell a bath bomb for $3, they have to be $6. Or whatever. So, and when I do sale items, often I only just get the thing back as well. Yeah, you can ask people to sign up at a market. Yeah, of course you can. You can say, hey, this is what I do. If you'd like to join it, you may get this. And I think that's actually really good to do that at a market. And I used to give out my cards and say, hey, I have this thing on my site. Go and check it out. And, I did have quite a lot. I don't know how many. I'm going to say maybe I have close to 100 or something on my email list now. But like I said, it's not about, I don't try and spam people. I don't send them a lot. Sometimes I'll go a couple of weeks without sending it, which really I should do it each week. But I don't want people to find it annoying. I want them to get the email and go, oh, that's really great. I love it. Yeah, you can always ask for the email, give them a business card, and, and even at the market, I give them samples. If you got samples or something you don't need, you just kind of give that out as well. So definitely give all of those things out and try and drive people to your site. my best advice, honestly, is drive them to your site. Don't drive them to Facebook. Don't drive them to Instagram. Drive them to your site, because it's easy. The thing too, statistically, they say if people have to click on too many things, they're going to just go, forget it, we've had enough. So this is the thing too that is really, really important. It's important to make sure that, you're doing all of these extra things as well. So I hope that is kind of helping and, showing you things that you can do and how you can actually get there. So yeah, but anyway, I am going to go in a moment. I think we're almost at the end of my chat. But if you would like to join my social media, make sure you log on to that. Or like I said, Patreon, you can go onto there and I give more advice. And I'll be giving us, anyone that's on Patreon, you'll be getting my suppliers list, hopefully this week. I'm trying to figure that out. And of course, I will do behind the scenes. So you'll get that today. That video will go on there. That's only for Patreon, and they get behind the scenes of what I do. So I kind of show where I get stuff and things like that as well. So I hope that really does help. My computer is playing up a bit, so that's why I'm going to go in a minute. But thank you, everyone, for joining me. Each week we get more and more people joining. So I hope I've helped your little biz. Have a great day, everyone, and I hope to see you at the conference. Bye.